You don't finish your work. You had a great idea in your head, but on paper it looks terrible, so you throw it into the drawer and abandon it. It feels like you've forgotten how to draw, and even simple fine art doesn't turn out the way you want. This state can also be described as art block, but in this case you are drawing, you just don't finish. How do you stop abandoning your work halfway and actually start bringing your ideas to life? I started asking myself the same question some time ago. I couldn't draw anything I actually wanted to create. Even the simplest idea just wouldn't come out right. I'd make a sketch, start coloring it, and then suddenly I wouldn't like the pose, the lighting felt off, and I'd start over with a new sketch, a different pose. This cycle kept repeating, and I often abandoned my work halfway through. And even when I did finish something, the result was far from what I was actually capable of. So what's the reason? For me, I identified a few. The first is focusing too much on the final results instead of the process itself. When I was overly focused on the outcome, I just wanted to reach the finish line as quickly as possible and I ended up neglecting important early stages. Because of that, I rushed and jumped from sketch to line art without solving fundamental problems that should be handled during the sketch stage. Proportions, dynamics, composition, silhouette, shape design, and so on. As a result, the next stage would obviously fail. And ironically, the more I focus on the result, the worse the result actually became. Try to focus on each stage. Thumbnailing, sketch, base color rendering. Only by carefully working through each step of your pipeline will you get a strong final result. The second reason is that when I focused too much on the final image, I expected to see results quickly. Because of that, the early stages of my drawing looked ugly to me and felt not worth finishing. I'd think, what's the point if it's already not perfect or not what I imagined? It's very important to push through the ugly stage. Remember, artists almost never get things right on the first try. Most of the time you have to adjust, move things around, and redraw until it starts to feel right. When we look at other artists' work on social media, it can seem like they do everything perfectly on the first attempt, effortlessly. But that's not true. Almost every artist constantly edits and reworks their pieces, and that's completely normal. The third reason is learning to push forward when things aren't working. The process won't always be smooth. There will always be moments where you get stuck. What matters is not giving up, but looking for different ways to solve the problem. If you're stuck on the specific part, don't be afraid to step away from the canvas and look for references. Take photos of yourself if it's something specific. Study how other artists approach it. These are exactly the moments where real progress happens. So, focusing on the process, accepting the ugly stage, and giving it your 100% helped me overcome the problem of abandoning work halfway. For me, it was a mentally tough period, and if you're going through something similar right now, remember, you haven't forgotten how to draw, you just need time and patience. Try applying the advice from this video in practice, and I hope it works out for you. Thanks for watching. If this video was helpful, let me know in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye.